Rick stood on his porch, sniffing the air like a raccoon who just opened a cursed Tupperware. "What the hell is that smell?" I took a slow sip of my coffee. "Smells like nature, bro. If you've ever had someone trample your boundaries with a smug smile, if you've ever wanted to reclaim your dignity without raising your voice, then buckle in. This is the story of how I turned poop into power and humiliated a bully using glitter, haikus, and a bucket full of consequences. If you've ever dreamed of putting a disrespectful neighbor in their place without ever laying a finger or raising your voice, smash that like button and subscribe. This story is about turning frustration into poetic justice. My name's Mark, 32, software developer, the quiet type, bit of a perfectionist, honestly. I finally bought my first home after years of saving. Nothing fancy, just a cozy little place in a peaceful cul-de-sac with lawns that looked like they were trimmed with scissors. It was more than property. It was peace, stability, a soft place to land after hard days. And then came Rick, my back neighbor, mid-40s, loud, sweaty, shirtless, always had a beer in one hand, grilling meat in the other, and some washed-up dad rock blaring from a speaker that had seen better decades. If your brain could distill alpha male insecurity, it would bottle Rick. But Rick didn't live alone. He had Duke, a massive golden retriever who, on his own, was a sweetheart. Big, slobbery, full of love, and full of poop. The problem was, Duke treated my lawn like a ritual site. Every morning, he'd trot right over, past the hedges, through a weak part of the fence, and drop a steaming pile dead center in my front yard. Every single day. Rick's personality could be summed up like this: "What are you gonna do about it?" Loud, confrontational, and deeply allergic to personal responsibility. And his favorite thing? Acting like he was doing you a favor by ignoring your complaints. Then there was Elena, my next-door neighbor. Late 50s, retired schoolteacher. Gardened every morning with opera music playing softly from her kitchen window. She noticed the mess before I even said anything. "Sweetheart," she said one morning, pointing to the pile with a trowel, "you going to do something about your visitor?" "Trying," I sighed. "He doesn't care." She just smiled. "Then make him." I tried to be nice. I really did. One Saturday, I walked over. Rick was in his driveway, wearing a tank top that said "Weekend Warrior," cooking a slab of meat the size of my leg. "Hey Rick, sorry to bug you, but your dog's been using my lawn as a bathroom. Think you could keep him on a leash, or maybe just clean up after him?" He didn't even turn down the music. Just looked at me like I was a bug on his grill. "It's all nature, bro. You don't own the earth." I paused. Gave him one more chance. "I know. I just worked hard for that lawn." He cracked a beer and smirked. "Then maybe plant something stronger." I walked back home, chest tight, hands shaking. It wasn't about the poop anymore. It was about disrespect. About him seeing me as weak, and loving it. That night I couldn't sleep. I thought of my dad, a quiet man who once told me, "If someone spits on your porch, don't spit back. Build a gutter that sends it straight to their shoes." So I built a gutter. Step 1, collection. Every morning, after Duke's offering, I'd head out in gloves and scoop it into a Home Depot bucket. Added water. Sealed the lid. 2 weeks later, that bucket was the stuff of legend. It hissed when you opened it. The stench? Biblical. I called it the consequence cauldron. Then came the perfect opportunity. Rick went out of town for a wedding. I waited till dusk, then moved like a man on a mission. I walked into his backyard and carefully, artistically, poured lines of the bucket's contents along his patio stones, beneath his grill, and in a perfect circle around his fire pit. From a distance, it looked like water stains, but within an hour the scent told a different story. Rick returned the next day. It was a hot one, 87 degrees and no wind. He stepped onto his porch, beer in hand, and gagged. "What the hell is that?" Elena, from her porch, sniffed the air dramatically and said, "Mark, did you switch fertilizers?" I waved. trying out an all-natural mix. Rick glared. But the best part? Duke wouldn't go near his own yard. He sniffed it and ran away like it was haunted. I wasn't done. I logged into our neighborhood Facebook group and began Operation Public Accountability. Every time Duke struck my yard, I posted. Found. One steaming gift left lovingly near my azaleas. Golden retriever sized. Owner may claim by sunset or it goes in the mail. People started reacting, then commenting, then posting their own photos. Apparently, I wasn't the only victim. Tom, mid-60s, HOA president, rarely left his house without a clipboard. He messaged me privately. "Mark, I had no idea. I'm writing him up. Want to add anything to the incident report?" I replied with 3 poop haikus. I started posting signs on my lawn. Little sticks with glittery signs, handwritten haikus like, "Oh Duke, noble beast, why must you shame my green land? Go poop where you sleep. Turf once green, now brown. Your Mark lives here, but not you. This is not your throne. Rick, your dog is kind, but your laziness leaks out. And now so does he." Neighbors loved it. People took photos. Kids giggled. Rick fumed. One day, Rick stormed over, face red as a boiled lobster. "You trying to make me look bad?" I looked at him. "I don't have to try." He threw up his hands and walked away muttering. That week, I saw him with a shovel. He was digging a fenced-in dog run. He started walking Duke on a leash. No more surprises on my lawn. Final victory came one Sunday. Rick was out front with a poop bag. He caught my eye mid-scoop. Pause. Our eyes locked. I raised my mug. "Smells like peace." He didn't respond. Didn't need to. This wasn't about poop. It was about standing up for yourself, creatively, calmly, without stooping to their level. Rick thought I was soft. He thought I'd roll over. Instead, I wrote haikus in glitter and turned his own neglect into humiliation. If this story gave you life, drop a comment with your favorite haiku, smash that like button, and subscribe for more tales of delicious revenge. Because sometimes the best revenge smells like grass clippings and broken pride.